Yo,
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of Who Gave the Drummer a Mic? We have Mike, we got Chris down here, that corner, and then we got special guests. We got Kurt from 100,000, and we got Mr. Zev Rose from the Spirit Box.
hell yeah.
So how are we doing this lovely weekend, fellas?
Thank you for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get Morgan in here in a few minutes. He's running a little late, but he is coming. But yeah, this is pretty cool.
Like the 57th day in a row.
Yeah, he's on like day 52 of like working out. So I mean, but man's tired.
He's trying to be Clint. He's trying to be Clint right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, 100%.
Clint's got a superpower. He's not fair. He's like not human.
Yeah, man. This is pretty cool, man. Episode 2. We're on the roll. We got Zev, we got Kurt. This is cool.
And we got Mr. Miles Claiborne from Saul sitting in our chat.
Hey, the homie.
Our first guest.
Oh yeah, our first guest. He was on our first episode. He told us to tell you hi, Zev.
Oh.
So hell yeah. So we'll go ahead and just jump right into it, man. We're gonna do the round table discussion here. We're gonna start with Zev. Just tell us about you. Your age, how you doing. All the stuff that makes you, a killer drummer, man. Because I mean, we're all fans of you and of course Spiritbox. And I'm interested to hear your story.
Yeah, tell us about your 13 years of life so far.
Well, thank you. It's much appreciated. I've been basically playing since I've came out the womb, if I'm being honest. Like my dad's a drummer, and so I was always playing drums. I always had drums around my house. And at an early age, my dad saw that I took an interest to it, and started drum lessons when I was 3. And then from there, I moved to School of Rock. And that's where I got basically where I got most of my music education and drum education and that kind of stuff. And, I've been playing in bars and all that kind of stuff since I was like 12, 13. Oh, yeah. And then, and then I joined a band called Earth 7. We're like a progressive metal band, that kind of thing. With them, it's been, yeah. So, and then, after that, I moved to New York for a little bit to study music, and then I got picked up by Spiritbox. And
hello,
there's Morgan.
Man, just pops in.
Look at this guy right here.
Pops in whenever he wants. It's fine.
This fucking guy.
What up, Bo?
What is going on, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Totally interrupted the coolest thing in the world. I'm hearing the story of Spiritbox, and all of a sudden I wreck the shit with this cool ass T-shirt.
Oh,
it's good, couldn't escape it, man. It's just 28-3. Zev, I know you said you weren't a football guy, but the Atlanta Falcons had the worst meltdown in Super Bowl history against Tom Brady Patriots, and the Bucs obviously went ahead and got Tom Brady on the team, and they won the Super Bowl. So
that's true.
Coming from a diehard Minnesota Vikings fan to see the Atlanta Falcons lose, especially after what you did to us in 1998, that was the best feeling on the face of the earth. I don't care what you say, Michael.
Oh boy. Anyways, we won't get into any of that, but we'll say that for later.
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll talk later. Fine.
4 years removed from the damn 28-3. We can move the fuck on. All right?
Yeah. I moved to New York, went to music school, and then I got picked up by Spiritbox, and then did that first tour in Europe, and then COVID hit, and that's kind of it.
Was that the European tour with After the Burial?
Yeah.
I say Minnesota represent After the Burial. I fucking love those.
Yeah,
guys.
dude, they're such sick dudes. Group. Yeah, they were super nice, super sick.
Yeah,
that your first tour, man?
That was my first real tour I've ever done. That was my first bus tour, first time leaving the States. Like I've done like the whole DIY in a van thing. And then just go into a Walmart parking lot, sleeping in the van. I've done all that kind of stuff, but this was my first real tour.
That's where you get it, man. Fucking parking in the Chateau de Walmart.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Going to get the breakfast sandwiches and salads or whatever your per diem allowed you to buy that night.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's it pretty much.
And now you are, one of the leading Instagram drummers right now. All your content.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's much appreciated.
Dude, you post some bomb stuff, dude. Like,
well, thanks. Yeah, since COVID happened, I was just like, I kind of said fuck it and just like leaned into the whole like putting out content thing. I wasn't much into that of like, putting out quality stuff, but like I just started experimenting with cameras, and I've always recorded from home. I've always done records at home, but I started doing the whole video thing, really getting into that and just pumping out as much as I can.
Oh yeah.
Since quarantine started.
So you said you went to school in New York, and that's how you got the Spiritbox thing. Like we said earlier, Spiritbox is from Canada. So how did they find this Philadelphia boy?
Yeah,
a band from Canada.
Yeah. So basically, I was doing a record that with my other band, and Pablo Viveros of Chelsea Grin was producing it and mixing it, and basically he was posting videos about me playing and stuff, and Michael, the guitar player, happened to see it, and they were getting ready for a tour, and their drummer just had a baby, so he couldn't do it. And Mike hit me up and said if I could do it, and I said yes, because it's Spiritbox, so I was just like, hell yeah. So yeah, and that's kind of what happened. Yeah.
Perfect place, perfect time. You took advantage of your situation, man.
Yeah, man. The internet's a powerful thing. If it weren't for the internet, it definitely wouldn't have happened.
When social media is used correctly, it's an amazing tool.
Absolutely, 100%.
Look at everybody we're talking to right now. I've never met any one of you five in person before in my life.
Yeah.
And yet here we all are, talking drums and shooting shit. Like, the internet can be a great thing when you use it correctly, and you use it correctly. More props to you.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Yeah, I always say that, like, if I weren't a musician and I didn't use social media as like my like portfolio, more or less, like I wouldn't have it. Like, I hate the idea of it.
Agreed.
But like,
agreed.
But like when you're doing what we're all doing, like it's a super powerful tool.
It's the fucking worst.
The worst.
It is the worst though.
Morgan has a hot take on social media, man. I love whenever he gets asked a question.
Fuck.
He's always like,
I fucking hate social media.
I gotta tell everybody what I'm having for lunch.
Fucking destroyed the world.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. It's
I just said that the other day, actually. I said if I wasn't in a band, I would be fucking out of here. You wouldn't even know if I was still fucking breathing.
Yep.
And wouldn't care either way. That's the fucking beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, absolutely.
It's just crazy.
It's practically the only reason why I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I only have it for sports and music. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, man.
I mean, it definitely does have it. It's good stuff. Sports, it's awesome. I mean, it's just the fucking, like right now it's a 50-50 split. Sky's blue, fuck you, it's green. It's like in every aspect of the fucking world. I mean, dude, I'm looking at this shit and it's like, I was talking to my therapist today and I said, dude, social media is a trip, man. I was like, I got this COVID shot the other day, and it's like, that was a mistake to even fucking mention I got that, because 50% of you're part of the sheep crew, you're a fucking, and all this. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. I want to go to Australia, you fucking asshole. They won't let me in there unless I take the shot. What am I going to do? I'm fucking 200 years old anyway, so fuck it. And it's like, I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, and then there's like half the people are like, I've done the research. Everyone that's taken it's going to die. And then you go to a doctor who, is a fucking 20-year vet and knows everything about medicine. And he goes, I've taken both of them and everyone that I know has taken them and it's all good. And it's like, okay, do I listen to the fucking dude over here that's like, I've searched it on the web and it'll kill you? Or do I listen to the doctor who took it? You know, I don't know. I guess I'll go with the doctor.
Oh, I was
And
gonna
I'm
say
still
social
fucking
media,
terrified
that's
of
just
it.
me.
Yeah.
Dude on social media knows what he's talking about every time.
Oh yeah.
My thing is though, man, is like I like in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 close people in my family like get the vaccine, and then they're like not doing great right now. So I'm over here like, what do I do? Because one of them actually works in the force, you know, in a hospital, and the other one was just being, you know, cautious. And
Yeah.
now things don't look too great.
Was
You know, fingers crossed for the best to happen because these are family. It's just crazy, man. It's just real fucking.
are they
crazy.
older?
It's insane.
Yeah. My dad and my grandma. So, it's a scary
I'm sorry
time,
to hear
man.
that, for
Scary
sure.
time.
It is, dude. It really is.
I just want concerts back, man. I bought My Chemical
It
Romance
is.
tickets. That show was supposed to be 6 months ago, and I still haven't seen it.
Fuck.
I gotta see that show. Put the needle in my arm. I gotta go see it.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it's hard. Nobody knows who to trust. You can't trust any of the talking heads. You can't trust any of the
Yeah.
and everybody's so damn cynical. It's like
I was just having this conversation about who you can't trust anybody because, like I said, my aunt works in a hospital in New York, and she's like on the front line. So like I use her word; it's very trustworthy to me. And you know, she got the Moderna, and because she's in a hospital, they're required to take it. So, but they're doing it in sections where some parts of the hospital take the Pfizer, some parts take the Moderna. She got the Moderna, and she said all the Moderna people are straight. And then you got the Pfizer people that get that second dose, and things ain't too hot. And then, you know, some bad things when, you know, some people did pass away from
Great
that.
news.
I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
That's what I'm getting in like a week.
Oh, no. You getting the Pfizer?
See, here's the thing that's crazy is that, yeah, fuck yeah. And I wanted the Pfizer because the thing that's weird is that everybody around here that took the Moderna got sick after the second.
See, that's the thing, man. Like, I was talking to somebody at my job.
Man.
I was talking to somebody at my job, and he came into work. This man came in looking like a zombie. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong, man? You all good? He's like, I just got that fucking Pfizer, man. That shit put me down. And I was like, well, hold on a second now. I heard that the Pfizer was the one that put you down. And he was like, well, I heard the Moderna was the one that's going to put me down. So I got the Pfizer. And I'm like, you see, that's the problem.
Yep. Yeah,
my mom and dad got
Go ahead.
mom and dad got Pfizer, and they got their second ones, and nothing happened. I mean,
Oh.
they didn't even get fucking shake, you know, after both doses.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, I think everybody's
I'm hoping it's a
affected
gene
differently.
thing.
I think it just kind of depends on the person, depends on that person's individual immune system. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had COVID like 5 months ago or something like that, and I tested positive. My fiance was laid up in bed for 7 days, not feeling great. I was sleeping on the couch, and I felt like a jobless bum. I had 0 symptoms. I had nothing. Like, I literally had nothing. I'm like, cool, this is great. So I think it hits everybody differently depending on, you know, how your body's made up, how, you know, your immune system. Obviously, this is a hard-working machine right here, so I get that I didn't feel anything. I get it. But,
yeah,
I mean,
100%.
I mean, like, you know, put that shit in my arm, man. We got to go play concerts. Like
yeah.
We got, like, you want me to go to a show and I'll put Neil in my arm? All right, let's.
Yeah, dude, I'm in the same.
Live again.
I'm in the same spot you are. Like, I didn't realize how much motivation I got from the social aspect of playing music.
Right.
Like, I'm going nuts over here.
Big
and I'm not
time.
saying we took it for granted because it's what we do. We show up, people show up, we play music for them. They hopefully like it.
Yeah.
And we, you know, we interact, we have fun, we drink beer together, we sell CDs, merch, all that sort of stuff. Morgan goes to his big comfy bus, but, you know, we go sell stuff.
Yeah.
And like, you didn't realize, like, man, I kind of
Kurt's toured on that thing before. It's super comfortable.
Yeah, it's so comfortable. I don't know, man. I was above you, so I don't know if just the farts were rising or something.
Oh, dude, you miss those bus farts after when you don't have them.
I'll tell you what,
no,
I never slept. I never sleep as good as I do on a bus. That's the fucking best sleep.
Oh, dude,
I don't know. it's like being in the womb. You're just the things.
Oh, yeah.
You're like
dark.
it's the cramped space. I love the cramped space. It's so
It's
sick.
always warm. It's always warm.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
What's so funny? I just had my wife and I had our first kid 4 or 5 months ago, and like
Congrats.
everything. Thank you, and
Buddy.
everything that keeps her like calm, it all resembles the womb. So like I'm thinking back to like everything that you want to be like, you know, the bus bunk. It's like the same thing. We just have that instinct where we want to be cocooned by something.
Yeah.
It's the motion. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have read Neil Peart's second book, Ghost Rider, after he went through all this stuff when his wife and daughter died within like 8 months of each other or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he said like the movement of his motorcycle when he went on his trip like soothed him. He called it his little baby soul. He's like, to feel better, I have to move.
Yeah.
I have to be in motion. I have to.
That
be
makes sense.
writing.
Yeah.
So like that's what I think. It's like you got to be in motion. You got to be moving to kind of soothe your. He called it his baby soul, like to just get in motion. It makes him feel better as a human being.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Hell yeah.
So to
Moving
move to
on.
the first question,
Hey,
Kirk.
yeah, I was gonna say
How do
we
we
got
get on a
Zev.
fucking much-
Kurt, where
Zev
do you
Zev
come?
was telling the coolest story in the world, and I came in and shit turned into a COVID conversation. Off this fucking thing.
Hey man, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes.
It's okay. We're saving the whole last hour for
I'm
all
so
Morgan
sorry.
talk. Trust me, you'll have a whole hour to tell all the
Yeah,
stories you want.
I don't need to tell any of those stories.
I told him. I said, there's any story
According to
Morgan
Mike, you do.
I said, there's any story Morgan needs to
Kurt.
tell. It needs to be the Tommy Lee story with that party. We were in Greenville, and you were telling us a story about that Tommy Lee, that party Tommy Lee brought you into, and that's when you were called the kid. The funniest
Yeah,
story I've
no.
ever heard.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and pass on that one too.
What a shot! It's a good story.
That's all.
Kurt, where are you hailing from?
Those are old stories. That's back when I was hammered and I was sitting on this big ass soapbox after the show somewhere. Oh God, no.
Yeah. Kurt, go ahead and we'll open the floor to you, man.
Cool. So I started drumming when I was 14. I play a bunch of instruments, and drums were like last because I was writing, you know, from a young age. I was playing piano and guitar and bass, and I got a bunch of recording shit, and I wanted to track it. So I was like, I couldn't trust my drummer to show up. You guys know how that goes. Yeah. So I ended up playing drums for my band's rehearsal because my drummer just wouldn't be reliable, and then it just became what I did. Went to school, studied drums in school. Right out of college, I was doing like a lot of session gigs and stuff throughout college. But once I got out of college, I opened a studio with my one of my bandmates, George, called Architect Music, and I am not at that company anymore. But George and I had a really, really fun run. That's where we met. We first met Clint through a Clint from Sevendust on like a Twitter thing, and did a solo record with him. Then another one with Morgan and Clint called "Call Me No One," which was a blast. And then a couple Sevendust records, a shit ton of other production, and got to go out on the road with Morgan and company. And that was that time, and it had a really weird end. Right in the middle of 16, we were building like a second studio, and we started realizing that money was being siphoned out of our account, and our bookkeeper, accountant, who is now in jail, ended up stealing like 130 grand from our company. So at that time, I was like, "Holy fuck! I'm not gonna be able to pay myself for years." So I like had a nervous breakdown. I ended up stepping away from the company at that time. But what's weird is as I shifted into like this next phase, the whole time I was running the studio, music was all day, but it ended up putting the music I wanted to do on the back burner. And now that's not the case anymore. So I always kind of it's funny to tell people that I actually play music more not owning a studio than I do now, which is crazy. So
Yeah.
Whatever gets you playing, man.
Was that the same
For
bookkeeper?
sure.
oh yeah, we all got fucked, dude.
Which is usually
Holy
like the
shit,
tagline
dude.
for a good time,
So-
but that was not.
Same.
Same bookkeeper.
Yeah, she's in prison.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Can't wait for her to get fucking dealt with in there.
Wait, she worked with Sevendust too?
yeah. So we had
Fucking
we had
yeah.
they were managing Sevendust's books while George was managing them, and they were like, "Oh, why don't you guys need to focus on your company, not running your own books. Why don't you manage with us?" And as soon as we started calling them on it, they like shut all communication down and backed away. And George and I were just trying to figure out how to pay the fucking bills. So
Damn.
shit was nuts. But
Unbelievable. I never knew that.
what's that, Mo?
I never knew that. I never knew that she fucking worked you guys too. She got
Yeah.
us real nice.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, dude. So I left when I stepped away from Architect. I walked with debt to get George right because I didn't want to put him in a shit spot because it wasn't it was just outside circumstance, and he has
Right.
different abilities
Yeah.
to react and I have different abilities to react, but it's an interesting lesson because I'm the whole previous 5 years I'm spending with a band a lot of our time with a band that had a long history of people screwing them. And I think when we saw it happening, it was like, holy shit, there are a lot of fucked up people out there that don't want to do the right thing at any time.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So anyway, I play in a band called 100,000 and that's all I've been doing since then. The whole past year we did this Zodiac concept record, which we've been writing for a few years. So we released one song at a time in the calendar with the Zodiac calendar.
Nice.
It's been the coolest fucking thing.
The stuff is good too. I generally am a fan.
Oh, it's super good.
It's been a wild journey. So now we're kind of filling out the last pieces. We're releasing on vinyl. We're figuring out next steps. We had a lot of next steps planned, as everybody did, until COVID hit. So
Preach.
yeah. So I moved in. I went into DJ Envy space. I spent the last year flipping houses.
There you go.
Man, a killer real estate agent inside.
I'll say kind of what I'm doing. I'm actually doing millwork and construction and stuff right now. Usually on 3 to 4 job sites a week. It's like this is not what I want to be doing with my hands.
It's not even that. I mean, all of us are sitting home. So at some point, you're gonna look at there are musicians of all levels everywhere that are figuring out how to react to what's happening. And for Meg and I, for my wife and I, it was always we had like investments that were kind of floating the creative thing, and like I want to grow that. So if I want to fuck off and tour for 2 years, I have zero cares about where dollars are coming from.
Yeah. No, that's the same strategy.
Right.
I'm kind of taking the same route, man. I had to go get me a real job. And I'm just working on semi-trucks right now, man. I'm getting like my hands dirty. And I'm not playing drums, but I'm making money right now. So I'm just trying to stack the money so that when the time does come to do whatever, I'm not worrying about a thing. So, I mean, right now it sucks. It really fucking sucks because I'd much rather be doing what I meant to do. But, all you can do right now is take it every day at, one day at a time. And, just keep positive thoughts, man. Because, I mean, we'll get there at some point. We'll get there. Sure.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So I want to bring it to our.
I'll say things are lining up. I mean, any of you that are watching, actually, if you already know, Blue Ridge Rock Fest, Sevendust was band number 2 released. So they will be joining Nonpoint and Fozzy and I believe 60 other headliners, but a total of 120 bands in 4 days.
I might
6
rotate
stages.
that one.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
September 9th,
When
September
is that?
12th, Blue Ridge Rock Fest, Danville, Virginia. Here's one of the men right here that will be there.
Oh shit!
Morgan, did you know that? You know you were playing a
Damn.
festival in Virginia in September?
I didn't even know that shit. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
man, you were like the second band they announced on the Facebook page. So
Oh,
That's
shit.
supposed to
gold
play that
right
festival,
there.
weren't you?
Like, oh hey, we're playing a show. All right, like that's gold.
I mean, I heard the rumors that we were going to be playing sometime soon, and I was like, oh no, got to get the fucking old bones back moving.
Well, like I said, dude, you've been at the gym like 88 days in a row.
You're on, like,
now.
50
I've been
days.
following
Oh,
your
yeah,
fucking- your
dude.
Instagram stories. You're good to
Today
go.
was-
You're ready.
Today was my 47th day. As you can see, I'm gigantic all of a sudden.
I saw you
Oh,
FaceTime.
man, nothing
Yeah, you
fucking
do.
grown.
FaceTime workout.
It's swole as fuck.
Oh yeah, click on FaceTime me. It was Evie's birthday today. I said, "Yeah, man, hit me up whenever you get a minute." And he hit me when I was doing some leg lifts. So I was like, put the phone on, and I was like, "This is a good one."
You're bringing that dumb
Yeah,
bass
man.
kick
I mean,
back.
I only did it just because I was losing my fucking mind. I was losing my mind, man. I mean, I was self-destructing in some strange ways. You know, it wasn't anything drug related. It wasn't anything alcohol related. It was just, you know, I had found different ways to fuck my life up, and I was like, man, I got to figure out what I want to do with my life, because this is a good idea of what it's going to be like when music isn't here. You know, like it's real easy when you got your girlfriend in California and you guys are, you know, walking the beach or walking the marina with your dog and going out to eat and, you know, living a normal life together. But then I'm alone, you know, I come back to Atlanta and I'm spending time with the kids, and then the kids are gone and I'm sitting there in my house going, what am I going to do now? Oh, I guess I'll go do this, you know? And then that became an everyday occurrence. And I was like, man, this is what my life would be like if I was on my own. And it was fucking tragic. So I was like, I woke up one morning, I decided I wasn't going to do any of that shit. And I woke up and I was like, okay, so what are you going to do? And I just sat on my bed. I was like, man, I have no idea what I'm going to do. And I started to panic. I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, this is a possible, you know, really heavy time for me, because I was realizing that I really had no life away from touring and being in the music side of things. And so I went to the gym strictly because I was panicking sitting still, and I was like, I'll go there, I'll work out for an hour, and I'll think over that hour, and maybe something will come in, and I'll, you know, decide I want to be a fucking astronaut or something, you know, like something is going to come into my brain. And nothing came in there except for that I felt better after I worked out that day. My brain felt healthier. So then I went for a walk, and then I cleaned my house, and then I went picked up some painting supplies to, like, I was like, I think I'm gonna paint, you know, like out of nowhere. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. And then the next day I was like, I better go to the gym, you know, because that felt good. And then it felt good again, and I was motivated to get out of bed and do something again. And then that kept happening. And I talked to my shrink, and he said, you know, it takes about 40 days to reprogram the brain. And so I had put a 40-day thing on it. And then at 40 days, I got depressed because I was like, now what do I do? And I'm like, well, I don't have to not go. So then I just moved it to 100 now, you know. So now I'm almost halfway to 100. If I don't go to the gym, I start to get a little fucked up. And I really don't go in there to get big or fucking look in the mirror. God knows I don't want to see it. You know, I just go there to get my brain right, you know. I'm not any stronger than I was before, I don't think.
I was gonna say, if you get any
eat.
more buff, are Sabian and Evans gonna be, and Vader gonna be like more mad at you?
I mean,
for beating the shit out of their
I mean,
product?
I am a little bit bigger. I think I'm a little bit bigger. My girlfriend said, she goes, "Oh shit, you got biceps," and I was like, "Oh damn, I've never had those before." So I mean, maybe I'm getting a little bit bigger.
You know what's working
I don't
with
know.
your girlfriend?
I mean,
though?
Yeah, man. I mean, she wasn't around for a few weeks, so I popped up, and gave her a little bicep, deal, and she's like, "Oh shit, man's got a bicep."
Man said, "Where's the bathroom at over there?"
Yeah, it's all good. I mean,
Where's the weight room?
yeah.
Hell yeah. No, that's the shit, man. Oh, someone just said, "Thank you, Morgan, for the drumsticks at the machine shop." Tamara.
Yep.
Hell
Be
yeah.
fucking happy to give a
you guys
few
see the
more of
comments
those
when you
things
pull on
away.
screen? Can you guys see the comments? Like,
What's that?
pulls up?
Yeah.
You guys see the comments?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool.
I do
Sweet.
see them.
Well, yeah.
Do you guys have that every now and again when somebody talks?
Yeah, it's there.
Or is it just me?
Yeah, it comes and goes.
I don't know why.
So let's get into the real drummer stuff, the real drum nerd stuff right now. Zev, what companies and products are you using? Let's gear out. Let's do some gear.
All right.
stuff.
So for the kit, I switch between two. I have a couple. My main kit that I have set up is a Bucks County Drum Co. mahogany kit with maple reinforcement rings.
Where are they based out of?
They're based out of Bucks County, PA.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm good friends with the owner, and I got these as a graduation present. So
Sweet.
super nice. Yeah, it was super nice. And then my other kit is just a maple DW, just a classic. And then for cymbals, I'm a Meinl guy. So all the Meinl Byzance stuff is kind of my go-to. For heads, Remo, always been a Remo guy since I was a little kid. And then Vic Firth for sticks. Yeah. That's
See,
it.
Chris is real good with the local town like drum company stuff. So like
Yeah.
Chris will talk a lot about the Minnesota drum companies. Like he's gonna bring something.
Yeah.
Someone commented, "Hope you were having a great 328th Russo." I fucking hate
That
that.
logo
Woo.
right there.
It is.
That's pretty.
It is.
Nice.
That is a dope ass snare.
It's cool.
That's super
What's the company, Chris?
Twin Cities Drum Collective, based out of Northeast Minneapolis, about 15 minutes from where I live.
Oh, that's what's
a lot
up.
of cool kits, a lot of cool snares. I've worked there from time to time just to help out. Got my Minnesota Vikings purple right here.
Somebody asked Zev, "What stack do you use?"
I use the Luke Holland bullet stack.
That thing's nasty.
That thing rips, dude.
Oh,
Rips. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then Kurt.
That's
Well,
bad, dude.
Yeah.
Luke's goated. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, man.
Luke gross. Like, I see his videos and I just want to put my sticks down. I'm like, okay,
Dude,
it's not gonna be that good.
I was a Luke Holland fanboy for the longest time.
I still watch his videos.
Gross.
Him and Wyatt Stav.
Yeah, there's that guy. Yeah.
That dude,
There's that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I
There's
mean,
that
like,
guy, too.
I've heard of him. I never really got into him all that much, but
Yeah.
I know he's good. He can
I
play.
feel the same. I feel the same. Like his
Yeah.
YouTube videos would pop up in my suggested. I'd watch a few, and like, I'm just gonna no more comment. Kurt, go ahead and talk about your gear, man.
I've been a Pearl guy from day one. I've got a Pearl Maple Masters. That's I've got like every tom size under the planet. So it's good in the studio. Good studio kit. I've kind of got it split apart to like coated head, big tom rock kit, clear head, kind of cuttier kit, and I've got a Pearl acrylic crystal beat, which I've been playing that more than anything lately. The thing fucking rips.
I should have never sold mine, man.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I actually got it as a gift from a buddy of mine, Bill, who I played on his. I collaborate with him regularly, but I cut like 30 plus songs with him in a year. So that's been an awesome addition. Cymbals. I play a brand from South Carolina called Saluda. I've been working with them for 3 or 4 years. One of my old students who ended up signing to a band on Epitaph got endorsed by them, and he made the introduction for me, and so they've been great. I loved it. It's like I used to be a Sabian guy. It was like everything I liked about Sabian with everything that I wanted to change, and I really have been digging them. Heads are Evans, sticks are Vader. I've been playing Vader 1As for the last like 10 years.
Nice.
If
My
it ain't broke,
whole
don't fix it,
deal
man.
right there.
If it ain't broke, don't
Yeah.
fix it.
And I didn't rip it off from Morgan, although it didn't hurt that I kept staring at his gear and it was all the same shit. So
That's it.
Morgan,
Yeah,
what you
that's
ripping
the
out
same.
there?
Not to mention the guy right here that has the perfect imitation Morgan Rose setup.
No, man. I mean, sit behind Morgan's kit one time. I was like, listen, man, this is like the way it should be done. So I just had to do it. I mean, you can pull up the picture.
There it is. That
Morgan,
what, man?
Oh, never mind. It's
what I
fine.
always thought was so funny about Morgan's kit, I mean,
I like
that whole time I was on the road with you guys, I mean, what's funny is like I'm a little bit taller than Morgan, and I have no fucking idea how you hit those toms. I couldn't figure it out. Every time I go over there, Johnny's setting the kid up. I'm like, how? I don't even like everything.
I don't
always
know,
the question,
man.
too.
I mean,
That's always the question. How do you hit him so flat?
fucking shoulders are gone. My shoulders are fucking gone. It's like
I will
everything
say-
hitting everything up like this.
While we're on Morgan's setup, one of the cool since we're talking drum stuff, I loved getting to watch you play every night. I mean, everybody does, but like from a studio guy, so much of the world is drum world is replaced and sampled, and like I got a schooling from watching you smack the shit out of every single stroke. And how that, and like getting in the studio, like how that translates on mic, it like we're always taught to hit hard, but there's a level of consistency, and it was a really good lesson watching you, Mo.
Thank you, boss.
It was crazy.
It was nice to watch you too. I loved having you out there. It was amazing.
So
It's
that
crazy.
leads me to ask Kurt, how'd you get hooked up with the Sevendust crew? How did that whole thing happen?
My old business partner George used to work for a manufacturer's rep firm that sold pro audio gear. Clint tweeted, "Hey, I need new studio monitors. What do y'all need? What do y'all use?" And George was like, "Yo, I'll just ship you a set." And
That's a good business model.
Yeah.
and Clint was like, whatever you want, if you want tickets or whatever. And George was like, nah, just pay it forward. And that's the type of guy he is. And that began a conversation which brought him to do one of his solo records at our studio. And I play everything. So Clint just kind of scratched out guitar and acoustic and vocals, and I did everything else. And then that was exciting. So he brought Morgan in for Call Me No One, and that snowballed into a couple records there with Sevendust. So
that's awesome. Because you were on the road with them on their acoustic tour, right?
Yeah, for Time Travelers, playing keys, which is like the least cool instrument to be playing on stage with Sevendust. But
it was funny because I saw you guys on that tour in this super small club in Minneapolis, and I vividly remember like one of my friends like set up lights in the venue up here in Minnesota. It was called Pavs.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember.
Sucked.
No, trust me, I know. It was one of those places that like local bands played to put on shows. Like I get it, it's fucked. Yes. But I vividly remember like being like so stoked to see like Morgan Rose and all like everybody in Sevendust played this stage that I've played many times. And you guys were like maybe like not even halfway through the first song, and Morgan's doing his stick flippy thing like he always does, and he kept on like hitting this like little like this cable that connected the lights, and he kept on hitting. He's like, "Fuck this!" and he unplugged the lights.
Oh Jesus
behind
God!
Just so he could play like Morgan Rose did. And my buddy set those lights up, and he was so offended. He was so mad. I just remember like looking at him, and he's like, "Dude, that
Dude,
my fucking lights." I'm like,
fuck
Morgan
that
Rose,
damn
dude.
thing.
Like,
Dude, let me tell you, I'm an absolute fucking train wreck. All right,
my
so
God, it was
I'll
so
just
funny.
say one thing I'll never forget. I just don't want to forget. But I mean, I've had meltdown after fucking meltdown up there, and one in particular, there was a symbol that was broken or something,
I remember
and
this.
I was pissed about something else. And so I just unscrewed the symbol in between songs, and I picked the symbol up over my head, and I just fucking launched it off the side of the stage, and it severed the fucking snake that ran everybody's ears. In one second, I'm like, "You motherfucker!" And I fucking shut the symbol, and it goes, fucking death.
Oh man.
No music, no, and everybody in the band's going, "I got nothing." And somebody comes up to me, they go, "You severed the fucking snake." I said, "God damn, everybody hates me now." So the whole fucking band was mad at me.
That's amazing. That's a great story.
I'm trying to get control of my anger problems, because that was a bad one. There was some bad ones up there, but the fucking light thing, I'm sure, was.
Did I remember when?
I just remember laughing because I thought it was funny. I'm like, my friend set that up, and here's like Morgan Rose of Sevendust gonna be like, "This is fucking stupid." He like unplugged it himself just so he could play drums. It was fucking great.
I'm pretty sure there was like on the tour you guys did with Skillet, like when I went and came and saw you in Virginia, like something was wrong with your pack, and like you got up, unplugged it, threw that bitch down, and you were like, "What the fuck?" And you like bent the stick and threw that shit, and I was like, "God damn, son."
little man complex.
I was like, "God damn, like, you threw the stick and like it bounced off like the lighting cross and like almost hit Scott." It was so fucking funny. That was great. I've seen plenty Morgan meltdowns, dude. It's funny shit.
Anger is a good element of drumming. Anger is a really good element of live drumming.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's when it gets to the point where I can't. There's not enough drum work I can do to release it. So then, then I start, headbutting the fucking hi-hats or trying to bite them in half, and it's just like a rabid animal. It's so weird, man. I don't know why I'm so mad all the time up there.
I've seen man literally punt the cymbal. Now there was another time where it was like sound check in Greenville, like you cracked the cymbal and you threw it and it hit LJ in the calf, and LJ got all mad at you. And he was like, "Fuck!"
It tapped him like a feather. And
he's like, "Bro," like he almost like fell off the stage. Like it was so funny. And you were like, "The fuck!" You were like looking back. You were like,
"What the fuck?" I said, "Man, sorry."
What can you do?
He like walked off. He like walked off, and he didn't come back out. And like Clint was like, "Walking the streets at night." Like this shit was funny as fuck. I was like, "God damn."
I'll tell you what, if you give us, after we've been out there for a while, you give anybody any reason to get angry with you, and they will absolutely fucking do it.
Yup. Sometimes you got to have those little meetings where you all just get pissed off at each other, and it doesn't sound therapeutic, but it's therapeutic to where it's like, this is why I'm mad. Okay, good to know. This is why I'm mad.
I think the reason why we lasted so long is we don't talk.
I said that's the key.
When you
if we actually told each other what we felt, if we told each other what we felt about each other every month or so, it'd be like, ooh, I don't think I need to be around anymore. So we just walk by and just don't say a fucking word to each other. And then the tour's over, we go away, come back, the beginning, "Hey dude, what's happening, man?" And then after about a week, we're like, "Fucking damn it, man." And then it's back to that and ignoring each other, and then you go through a few more weeks. And,
you don't have those conversations.
Good times. Good times.
Up in like 2000.
We could pull some of these questions. Let's pull some of these questions because I'm getting a few of them. So someone asked, "Zev, what are you drinking?"
It's not alcohol. It is Topo Chico.
It's the best.
Yup.
So good. So
Did you do the lime one too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The lime one
that's
and
good
the
stuff.
tangerine one are my two favorites.
Ooh, I haven't
Yeah,
had the
That
tangerine yet.
that tangerine one slaps.
That's
It's really
because he's
good.
not 21 yet.
Oh, I
It's
like
because he's
that.
not 21.
That's right.
He
I'm
doesn't know.
not.
Shit.
So
I'm
somebody
not
also
drinking
asked.
anymore. The tangerine might be my new one.
Yeah.
Wait, did I just wait, did Morgan just say he doesn't drink anymore? You're done drinking?
Yeah, man, no more drink.
No more drinking.
No, not now.
I remember.
I mean, I don't know if I'll pick up
Good
that
on you,
fun
man.
later on in life, but take a little
Oh.
break from that stuff.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good to hear. But I'll tell a funny story. Like one of the second times I ever met Morgan, it was an Atlanta show. I did the bus hang, and Morgan was like, "Hey man, what you drinking?" And I was like, "Morgan, I'm not 21 yet. I'm only like 18." This man was like, "LJ, do we got any Jaeger?" Goes over to the cabinet. Yeah, man, take a sip of this, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of this shit." Shit was funny as hell. And ever since then, I can't. I'm sitting. It's cool. It's cool. I'm still, we're bros.
Just
cool.
go ahead and let everybody know I was feeding the underage kids some alcohol.
This is a safe
Ah, we good. We good.
Safe
Safe
space.
space.
Safe space. Safe space.
Safe space.
Even though this is live,
It's live, but it's safe.
No, we're good. We're good. I really wasn't 18. I was like 20 and a half, so it's okay.
Good save. Good save.
After
yeah,
that,
you're
look
turning
at you and be
21
like,
that night.
You ever do
That was my
You ever do,
21st birthday.
cocaine?
I was like, because Zev isn't 21 until like what, 4 months, 5 months, or something like that.
Yeah, October.
Oh, you little baby.
Yeah, I'm a child. I'm
Ah,
like
damn.
it's a huge joke. Like Michael and Courtney, like they're I'm their child. That's how the dynamic is in the band. Is
Yep.
like I'm the baby, and it's kind of lit. It's kind of cool.
You're the baby in this chat right now.
That's also you know what that's been my entire life of being a musician. It's just I've always been the youngest dude, and it's just like it's kind of sick. I won't complain about it.
I promise it's going to be a sad day when that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, I'm
Let me
taking it
tell
all.
you.
I'm taking it all in while I can. So
You know what's worse when you have a drummer podcast with your friends and someone comes on that's 11 years younger than you, your back starts to hurt like automatically.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm 20. Oh fuck me, god damn it,
Dude,
yeah.
dude, this is how fucked up this is, all right? Zev is 32 years younger than me.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
That's fucked up. And on that note, bye.
Yeah, man, dude. There's a reason why people call me Y2K man. I'm literally Y2K man.
You literally are.
Yeah.
Somebody asked around the
all your
room. They asked.
no comment Y2K from now on. This is
Yeah, man.
Y2K all day.
Yeah.
So somebody asked, who's our favorite drummers out of all 5 of us?
Oh God.
Or,
You got to pick one?
Jesus,
6 of
that's
us.
a terrible question.
Got to pick one?
Mikey Russo is my favorite drummer.
Me?
Who?
Oh,
There
my
you go,
favorite drummer.
Russo.
Dude. Oh man, you're my favorite drummer.
Come on.
I'm
Don't
trying to
say
get like you, man. I'm trying
Whatever direction.
You're below me, and then Morgan's diagonal, and Chris, and then. But go ahead,
Oh,
Chris.
God.
You can go ahead and start the one off. Chris, go ahead and.
Number one. Number one.
Let's get
Neil Peart.
let's get 3. Let's get 3.
We'll do 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, Neil Peart. All day.
Wait, how'd you pronounce that again?
Peart, the correct way.
That is the correct way.
That's
Thank
the correct
you.
way.
Correct way.
Thank
Neil Peart
you.
is number
Well,
one.
no, that's what I was. That's what I was.
Right.
Yep. Neil Peart is number one. Number 2, John Bonham, all day. And number 3, there, Ringo, baby.
There you go.
Ringo. Right
Yeah.
Oh shit.
there. Ringo, right
That's
there.
solid, dude.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. I've never actually heard someone list Ringo like in their top favorite. I respect it 100%, but you're the first guy to actually put that in the top 3.
Dude, that was my first introduction into drumming. My mom was such a hardcore Beatles fan. A lot of the first songs I learned on my own were Beatles songs.
Okay.
So yes, there have been a lot of drummers who are technically better than Ringo, but in my development and how I learn how to do things and all sort of stuff, learning Abbey Road and Sgt. Pepper's and Rubber Soul and all that sort of stuff, Ringo.
Dude, absolutely. Ringo, I think, is one of the most underrated drummers of all time.
In the most quote unquote overrated band, like the Beatles are great, but so many people talk about them, it kind of gets watered down.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to think about like in the pop world, like he changed shit forever.
Yeah.
And like people don't give him the respect about that, and I'm just like, what are you talking about?
No, it's Ringo, dude. Hey, how should I play that? Give it a Ringo feel.
Exactly. If you use something like anyone's name like that, like you made it.
If you turn into a verb, you're good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Make it more Ringo-y. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Peart, Bonham, Ringo. There's the top 3 right there.
Solid. Oh yeah, dude. I'm all for the Ringo talk. I actually haven't heard Zev put it in a good way there.
Yeah.
I'm with that. All right, Zev, go ahead, man.
Oh Jesus. All right. I'm also gonna have to put Neil at number 1 because without him, I literally would not be playing drums. If I'm being honest. Rush was the first band I ever got into. YYZ was the first song I've ever learned.
Here we go. We're going more tattoos. Here we go.
Yes.
Right there, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's so sick, dude.
Whole arm Rush albums, but we'll get into that on another podcast.
I'll say, don't be showing Morgan up over there. He might have to break out his
I
guns.
don't have Morgan Rose biceps. Don't worry about it. We're not.
Shit, man. Let me get this thing real close, though. I'm sure it's going to be close.
We're doing this right now? That's fine.
Oh, shit, man. It's going to be close to you. I like that.
Damn, shave those things.
Sorry. It's conceal and carry in Minnesota, so we don't care.
That's what it keeps being so close to that Canadian border. You got to stay warm.
Yeah.
I was told I have Rush tattoos, so I can cross the Canadian border with no fucking ID, so it's fine.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, Neil is definitely number 1. Number 2, Vinny Colaiuta. Dude, without him, there is no modern drumming. There's no gospel chops. There's none of that stuff. So he's definitely up. He's my number 2. Number 3. God, that's hard. I'm gonna go Garska.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a huge. I mean, I still am. I love Animals as Leaders, and like, I respect the shit out of that guy because the amount of work that dude's done and how much of like a chameleon he can be. I strive to be like that. Like I do session work nonstop, and like the amount of genres that you just kind of have to pull out of your ass all the time. It's like a crazy thing. So I think those are my top 3, but that answer changes like every day. So right now, that's kind of what I'm feeling.
All right, Kurt.
Mine are kind of, I guess, like if I had to name like drummers, Danny Carey is definitely. I was like, Tool was like my band, my adolescent band. I listened to the hell out of those guys. So I just tried to rip off everything Danny Carey did, which is funny because I think on record his stuff sounds very complicated, but when you watch him play it live, he's just smashing the drums. He's just
nothing.
He makes it look so easy.
He's basically like I kind of equate him to like John Bonham in 5 or 7.
Yeah.
That's kind of always his approach. He's been on the list. Neil is definitely on the list. I was always like kind of a prog guy, so I think like kind of early to mid era Dream Theater. I loved what Portnoy did in that era for sure.
Yep.
But I think like for me because drumming was always a component of my songwriting. I've always kind of been influenced by people I'm playing with. So there's a lot of drummers I've played over the years. Morgan's one of them. I've had a lot of the people I played on sessions with where I wasn't drumming. had really, really profound impacts where I could just in real time I could dissect what they're doing while I'm playing bass or guitar or keys or something. So
Word.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'll say we talked about the Portnoy Mangini thing last week.
Yeah, we
About
did.
like well, someone asked like, who do you prefer? It's like, well, I mean, I don't prefer either or because they're both amazing drummers, but who do you prefer in Dream Theater? It's like, well,
it's the wrong. I've got a strong opinion on that. It's the wrong band for Mangini. He's one of the greatest drummers on the planet, but it's the wrong band for Mike Mangini.
He's on Kurt's on my side. He's on my side. I love both
You hit it.
drummers.
They would have been better with Marco
Without
Minneman.
Portnoy is not the same.
I was watching that I remember when that documentary thing came out when they were looking for a new drummer, and I wanted him to be the guy. I thought, yeah,
Who, Marco?
yeah,
Yeah. But the real miss is that with Mike out of the band, there's not conflict there, and sometimes you need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
I 100%. I was watching a video, I think, because Thomas Lang like did the audition as well.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but like it's on YouTube, and he's talking about how that whole thing was more of like a money grab than anything. Like Mangini was always going to be the guy, but it was more of like a you know like a TV show, game show type of thing. Like they just wanted to make some buzz about the whole thing, and like Thomas Lang like went into detail, and I was like, huh, okay, like it made me think a little bit about that, but like. You hit the nail on the head, Kurt, about that. You know, it's the wrong band for Mangini to be in.
That's what makes it's the same thing that makes Neil so great in every bit of Rush is that it's not they could be as technical as they want, but it's not about that. They're technical because it seemed to be right for the part, not because they were trying to be overly technical.
100%.
I think that's the miss there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Morgan. Go ahead and list who your big three.
I mean, Neil for sure is the first. I guess it's Bozio second.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that was what got me started. You know, everybody like wonders where some of the antics come from, and really it was from Punky's Boots and Zappa. You know, it was like seeing him do that and seeing him sing and do that, and then kind of like as I got older, you know, I lost interest in Zappa, and then somehow or another, like years later, you know, Missing Persons came in, and like I had totally missed UK and all that cool shit that he did there, but Missing Persons came in, and I didn't even realize it was him because he looks totally different, and it's more of a new wave band, you know. But Bozio was like integral part of me doing what I do, and then he went, you know, completely out of the stratosphere, you know, and the way that he, you know, does his thing now is completely different. His groove was nasty to me. I loved the way that he grooved, and now there's not a whole. That's not the focus on him over the last 20 something years, you know.
Yeah.
But he was probably, you know, probably number two for me. Number three sucks because it's like, I mean, everybody from Bonham to Moon. I mean, if we're talking guys right now that I just look at and it's just they can groove their ass off, yet they can be as technical as they want. Is like Lazier is like that.
Yeah.
Ray is the man, dude.
Ray is
I mean-
Ray's videos, dude. Like,
super.
I mean,
sick.
really, it's like he's, you know, but then there's, you know, Sonny Emery, and, you know, I mean, I watched Sonny Emery put my idol to the ground, you know. It's like, and then there's Dennis Chambers, you know, and then there's, you know, Royster and all the Gospel Chops guys, and Thomas and Dave Elich, and I mean, and Zev, you know, I mean, it's like it's just fucking guys that are just like now. I mean, that's another thing. Like, I don't know, I don't get a chance to ask a bunch of the younger guys, but I will tell you this right now. When I was 20 years old, I wasn't fucking in the stratosphere of what Zev's doing. I mean, it was not even a fucking remote chance that I was going to be anywhere near there. And it's just this evolution is almost like linebackers in football, you know, where you look at somebody like Jack Lambert and think, man, what would he be doing in the NFL right now? I'll tell you what he'd be doing. He'd be fucking in the hospital because he's like the size of a fucking cornerback. But if you look at it from back then, I mean, he's 100 pounds lighter than the dudes that are playing that position now. I mean, he would get fucking beat to shit. But that's like the way it is, you know, and social and the internet has obviously helped, but that's not everything. I mean, you know, when I was a kid, it was like, you want to learn how to play something, you buy a Bozio DVD on VHS and put it in there and pause it and rewind it, pause it, rewind it. And now, I mean, you can literally go on the internet and there's probably 500 people that are playing, you know, something, you know, something from anybody that you could ever imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
And showing you feet, hands, left, right, up, above, down, low. I mean, they'll give you every fucking angle possible. So it's like, and even with all that stuff out there, I don't watch any of it. I hate the fucking drums, man.
Yeah.
I just don't like playing them that much anymore. I like playing
you don't
them,
have to
and
be
then
the best drummer on the face of the earth. You just got to be the best drummer for fucking Sevendust, which you are. Like, if anybody took you out and put anyone else in, it wouldn't be the same thing. It wouldn't be as good.
I don't know about all that, but
you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be number one
everybody.
all the time. You just have to be the best fit for where you are. Which
exactly,
for all three of these dudes here, you are the best fit for what you are, and that's all that matters.
Big time.
Right.
100%.
Big time. Hell yeah. It's good. Good preaching moment there, Chris. Good shit right there.
That was my moment for the week.
Adam,
it is Sunday. Preach on.
Adam, who's your top three drummers, man?
Well, I mean, I don't want to. Well, fortunately, one of them is here. You know, I've mentioned this to you before, Morgan. When I, started getting into that earlier Mortal Kombat, I went out and got the Mortal Kombat CDs, but then also is the ending credits to the movie that I'm like, okay, this song, My Ruin, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Couldn't find it on the first CD, so then I found the Mortal Kombat CD and stuck it in. I'm like, okay, the band's name is Crawl Space. So I'm like looking it up, and I was doing actually a computer class in high school. Yes, I was in high school at the time discovering you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and do a report on it. And I was like, okay, but every time that I typed in Crawl Space Band and to search for it, Sevendust kept popping up. I'm like, this just is not it. It's like I cannot find this song for the life of me. But then, the first album dropped, and I was like, holy shit, there it is, track 8, My Ruin. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where my first initial start coming in was, Morgan Rose. I grew up on, my family is family of musicians. They were all very Charlie Daniels, Leonard Skinner, and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's where I started listening, but it was like, for some reason, it was all too simple. But then around when I was 12, my last stepdad came in and introduced me to Megadeth. And the first album that I heard was Rust in Peace. So Nick Menza is up there with Morgan. Nick Menza was just absolutely killer. I mean, it was like I started watching the videos and everything. I'm like, yep, this is one of my influences right here. And then I was talking about it last week. It's like I had this VHS tape, and it's like the Pull Me Under from Dream Theater. I'm like, holy shit, I love this band. So Mike Portnoy would have to be my number 3. So
Sick.
those would have to be my 3, and kind of where I took off on my drumming escapade.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everyone's got to have a launching point, man.
Humble.
Nick
I'm
Menza
humble.
was amazing, dude. Rest in peace, dude. Like that's really cool to see somebody pull Nick Menza out of all the 6 or 7 drummers Megadeth has had, man. To get Nick Menza out of that, it's fucking.
Well, it's like you were saying, it's like when a drummer fits, and Gar Samuelson was good, but that was the starting point of Megadeth, and that was metal, but it was simple metal. But then when some Nick came in, and it's like going into Holy Wars. I was like, holy shit!
Oh, there it is.
Holy shit, fucking awesome, yeah. And then from Rust in Peace all the way to Cryptic Writings was literally the best written drums that Megadeth could ever put out. So it's like,
Yeah.
And he had
I'm off the
riser drum set with that cymbals hanging
Seven.
upside down, the bass drums hanging fucking 1.5 feet.
Oh, yeah.
off the riser, and yeah.
yep.
I'm off the reservation with the Megadeth drummers. I never paid attention to that until Kaliuta played on whatever record that was.
Oh
Was that
yeah.
Euthanasia?
What was
I forget what record it was.
No,
I'll put
Euthanasia
money
was
on
still,
Euthanasia. I might be
Euthanasia
wrong,
was
but
still,
I'll put money on it.
Menza was still Euthanasia.
Oh, the system has failed. That's
Damn
their.
it! All right, I lost money to all 5 of you. It's fine.
Yeah, Menza was all the way to Cryptic Writings, and then that's when they actually brought in Alice Cooper's drummer for that live Wake Up the Dead DVD, which was shortly after.
Oh, what the fuck was his name?
I can't remember it.
We were on the road with them when he came in.
Yeah, the Sevendust Megadeth tour.
That was when he came in, and it was Jimmy DeGrasso.
Jimmy DeGrasso.
Yes.
Yep. Damn it. Yep. That's
Yep.
it. That dude's a monster. Like
Jimmy DeGrasso.
Yeah.
He's another
There's
fucking
a
monster.
video from him, like modern drummer days, like late 90s, early 2000s or something like that. That's required watching for any drummer. The way he fucking absolutely destroyed the kit, disgusting. Jimmy DeGrasso, modern drummer, that's required watching.
He was in Y&T.
That's the dude right there.
Yeah, Y&T.
Yeah, he was in Y&T.
Yes, he was. And now he did like Black Star Rider, which was the Thin Lizzy offshoot band, which was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone said, Morgan, when are you coming out with another signature snare? The first one was awesome.
Ooh. I don't know. I mean, we were talking about doing another one coming up pretty soon. So, but I mean, then COVID hit. So who knows if, I don't know if anybody's going to be wanting to do anything real fun like that for a little while. It's a trip, man. I mean, it's like, I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. I know that, thank God I've gotten really good treatment from the companies that I'm with, but I know that some of the guys that were coming in and some of the guys that hadn't been there for a while are having a hard time.
Oh, he's cutting out.
Yeah, he's going from his...
Now he's cutting out.
Well, he's going from his Wi-Fi to his
Say hello to the dude. Say hello to the dude.
You're frozen.
Well, anything that has Morgan Rose's name on it, I'm fucking buying. Like that OG fucking Alien Freak snare with
I got
the
one,
dark
man.
logo, I'm buying it.
Yes.
What happened?
Let me
Morgan's
see.
frozen.
Better.
You good?
he's got to hop off his Wi-Fi. Or there he is.
There we
Oh
go.
shit.
Morgan quit like the Falcons did in that Super Bowl.
Another 28-3 joke.
I'll say I can talk shit, but my Vikings haven't been to one, so I can't say anything.
No, oh shit. Morgan's in the car. He's in his car now. Okay. Cool.
Oh,
You going to some bomb Chinese place, dude?
What's that?
Are you going to some like bomb like Chinese place? Because I always see you at a bunch of these hibachi places whenever people post that they're eating with you. You're always at some like Chinese place, some sushi place, hibachi place, like.
Dude, we got the killer food here. I've got the killer sushi place and Korean barbecue and all that stuff, but right now I'm dropping my little dude off. This
Okay.
fella.
What's up, Jack? How you doing, man?
Little Jack.
Jack.
Set.
Yeah.
That was great. Set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see, is any
This
other
is one of
questions?
those social media things. I don't know. I was watching this thing and the fucking guy was driving the car. I was doing some podcast.
Oh, I love it.
I want to put Morgan Rose in my GPS system right now.
Cancel this
Take a left,
motherfucker.
Take a left on Quincy, you son of a bitch.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey.
I'm telling you right now. They need to keep me right the fuck off the and off the fucking interviews moving forward because I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out there.
Yes, it is.
How you mean? What's well, I mean, I know it's crazy as shit, but elaborate in your experience.
Well, the thing is, you're trying to get me fucking canceled, motherfucker.
Nah, man, we ain't gonna cancel you here. Nobody gonna
No,
cancel
it's
you.
like it's the I mean, I don't like we talked about COVID and you know I with my buddies and new buddies and you know it's all good, but it's like that's what I mean. The when it becomes politics and it becomes COVID and stuff like that, it's like man, that kind of shit has split the country in half.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I mean, I did an interview once. This is where I'll end this whole part of this deal because I'll get fucking in trouble. But I did this interview and I said, I don't want to talk about COVID and I don't want to talk about politics. And somehow or another, they were talking about my solo record and it cornered me into, well, I had nothing else to do because COVID was going on and I brought it up. And we started to get into this conversation, and I said, you know what, man, I don't want to say anything about it either way. And then I said, wait a minute, me not saying anything and giving my opinion is also going to get me shit. Because then you have people that say you have a platform, you have an obligation to use that platform. And it's like, as long as I'm using it, you want me to fucking use it for, though. Because if I say I'm not down with that, and you go, fuck you, you know, that's not what I'm into. So it's like, it's this corner market where it's like, it freaked me out. I said, I'm actually going to get shit for saying I don't want to talk about it. You know, like, is it A or is it B? I don't really want to say, okay, well, fuck you then. You know, so it's like, if A, 50% say fuck you, if it's B, 50% say fuck you, and if it's I don't want to talk about it, you might end up with 100% that say fuck you. Yeah, so it's like, I just want to use the James Field motto and be like, you know what? You all don't want nothing to do with me other than some music, so let's just do some music.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's the same take, man. I try to stay out of it. I try to stay out of all that talk because there's really no win. There's really no win either way. Like,
let's just write music we all can appreciate. That's all. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
And I get.
I'll say another question we just had brought up is
what excitable on that shit, man, and then I start saying my opinion, and then I'm cut off 50-50.
What is everyone's favorite drum solo?
Drum solo. Oh boy.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for this question because I'm gonna be honest with everybody right here. I really don't watch a lot of them.
Oh, okay. You're cut out of the show forever.
I really don't watch a lot of them, man. Of course I've seen them, but I mean, like, in terms of favorite, I really can't like put one on for you. I mean, I guess the cliche answer would have to be like Moby Dick, right? Like, is Chris? You would know. Is that the answer to that question?
No, that's cliche as fuck. Whether it's the 4-minute version that's on the Zeppelin record, or the fucking 87-minute version that's on the live record. Cliche. You know. What's your favorite drum solo?
Oh god, that's really hard. Either I forget what year it was, what drum off, but JP Bouvet, his drum off one.
Another Minnesota boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, another Minnesota boy.
Yeah, either him or the Carlos Swan Mendoza one. That was super sick.
Which, fun fact, I was in that drum off with JP, and he slayed me. So
Yeah,
I
man.
am. But you want to talk about favorite solos? I have to go back to my first one, which my dad bought me the 3-album, 3-CD Rush Different Stages album when I was maybe 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a solo he did on that album, which I think was from the 1996 Test for Echo tour called The Rhythm Method. I knew that thing note from note.
Yeah.
With the ostinatos on the tambourine and bass drum, and I knew that thing note for note. So if you're asking me to pick my favorite solo, The Rhythm Method from Rush's Different Stages. Kurt?
I'm with Mike. I'm not really
cool.
a drum solo fan, but I guess if you're counting drum performance, Aaron Spears at the 2005 Modern Drummer Festival.
Yes.
Every drummer on the planet has watched that. It's still fucking fire all day long.
It's so sick. And on top of that,
actually, Zev was 4. I was actually there.
My thing with it is
breaks. That's the best part. It's the highest stand fucking breaks.
Yeah.
My thing with that is he's never gonna do that again. He's off the. I don't know if he's completely off, but he's not doing the gospel chop thing that much anymore.
Right.
I don't know if you saw a couple. I think it was a couple weeks ago. He started playing Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was insane. It was so sick.
All hail the Fighters of Foo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got all those guys got pretty sick of being typecast into that gospel chop. I mean, Eric Ward's kind of pushed it away. He's still playing those chops, but he's kind of pushed it away a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember one. Let's talk about drum performance.
Eric Morris.
We'll talk about the Morgan's Pasek performance when he came up on there and you said something that was funny as shit, and I was like, this dude is. It was one of the first videos I ever saw of Morgan. When I first discovered Sevendust and Morgan, it was that Pasek 2005. And this man said something hilarious, and I was like, yep, this is my guy right here.
That was fucking Sonny Emery went on right before me.
Oh, really?
Sonny Emery went on right before me, and I said, this is some fucking bullshit. But this is, I was like, fuck this. I didn't even go. I was in the hotel. I said, man, call me when his ass is done. Call me when he's done. I don't want any part of that. And I went down there, and he had a bunch of technical difficulties before he went on. So I was like, how was it, man? He goes, man, I had all kinds of shit breaking, man. It's all yours. And I was like, man, God just came down and just touched me right there and said, it doesn't matter. It's okay, man. He didn't just fucking de-grill you. And I went up there and I started talking to everybody. I walked up on the stage and they introduced me, and I walked up and I just stood there and I didn't say anything for 30 seconds, and then I just passed out. I didn't even say a word to anybody before I ever played a note. I just passed out on the stage. And then I started laughing, and I went back there and made, whatever I did up there. But
I remember when you were talking, somebody randomly interrupted you and was like, hey, can you toss me a stick? And you were just like, oh, sure. You just do the fucking stick. You were deep into something. You were talking about your gear or something. You're like, yeah, I'm playing Pearl and Zildjian, and this guy just comes out and nowhere. Well, can you toss me a stick? And you're like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, because Morgan throws away 100 drumsticks a show.
Yeah, Morgan goes through more sticks than anybody I've ever seen. So
this is the life of a Morgan Rose drumstick.
that shit, it's all about diversion. There's not many nicks on those things before.
And yet I've never caught one.
There's not many nicks on those things. They don't break very often because they're not in the hand very often.
I'll say I've been to 15 Sevendust shows. I know
That's
one
rare.
Morgan Rose stick.
They're not worth shit. There's too many of them out there.
I know. I don't have one. That makes me mad. I've tried.
that's too many.
You're bound to get one soon.
Soon. You said it. Soon, I'm gonna get one.
Oh
We'll fight
god.
for one.
I got a whole bucket of them, man. I mean, he's hit me in the face a few times with them, so there's a few.
You're bound to get one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try. Next time Sevendust is in Minnesota, I'm gonna fight for one.
Dangerous.
So Morgan, do you know anything about that Australian
If I see, I'll throw the whole fucking bag at you until you get one.
Noted. Yeah, great. I just want one. That's all I want. I just want one.
Dude, Morgan, do you remember?
I mean, it's been canceled twice.
What?
All right, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Sevendust in Minnesota.
What's that?
I have not missed Sevendust in Minnesota in 13 years. I'm gonna be there.
How do you? If you haven't missed them once, how do you not have a drumstick?
Dude, don't ask me why. I don't know.
It'll happen.
The
I'm
last
sure
time I
it's
saw
gonna happen.
Sevendust in Minnesota, they were opening for Clutch. Okay.
I know, dude.
And one of my buddies was like, "Hey, we're gonna mosh tonight." I'm like, "No, we're not." He's like,
You gotta
"Yeah,
test the
we are."
state.
I said, "Okay, we will mosh if they play Splinter. If they play Splinter, I'm gonna mosh." Sure as shit, that was the opening song on that fucking tour. So I remember I had a full drink. So I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy Sevendust. And they opened with Splinter on that tour, and I handed it to my friend. I'm like, I gotta go mosh. And I maybe past the first chorus before I realized how out of shape I was. And I got out of the mosh pit because I just hated everything. And after that song, Morgan took both the sticks and just threw them in the crowd. And I was like, no! And I missed my pants.
There was one
I
time.
missed my chance to get a Morgan Rose stick because I was out of shape. How shitty do you think that makes me feel?
Zev, do you toss sticks?
No, I buy sticks, so I don't have that luxury.
I'm in that same. Every time.
It's too much money. I'm not gonna throw them.
I'm gonna take these with me. All right.
Yeah, dude, I just spent $150 on a brick of sticks. You think I'm gonna chuck them to random people?
That's gold,
dude.
That's why you go to Guitar Center. That's why you go to Guitar Center and buy that 10-pair pack of like the cheapo ones. You play them, you mark them up, and you just chuck them.
Yeah.
I buy those fucking. I buy those
I'm gonna
Matt
hit
Alfred
you
sticks.
up
Those
after
things
this
are
chat, dude.
expensive.
I'm
So
gonna
there's
go
no
pick
way
up
I can
top.
pull
I'm
them
gonna hit you
shits
up
out.
after this chat. You're gonna love this, okay?
Hell yeah, man.
After this chat, I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah.
I got you.
I said we had a really good question here. How long did it take you guys to find a kit configuration that worked best for you, and does it constantly change or stay the same?
Ooh, that's a hard question.
Yeah, you ready for the next 15 years of my life? I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it kind of depends on the genre, if I'm being completely honest, because I play everything from jazz to rock to metal to pop, like to whatever.
So you change it around to how
I change. Yeah, I mean, I have like a specific setup for each kind of whatever vibe I'm playing. But for Spiritbox, like it took me for all the metal stuff in general. It took me a little bit. I probably didn't find it until a couple of years ago, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, for the kit that I really love and everything was even and like felt good to play.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Kurt?
Right.
Yeah, I've had mine's mostly the same, but I have different variations of how many toms and where they are. Like I think my dream ideal setup all the time, if I don't have to, if I'm not feeling lazy, 3 up, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18 down on the floor, and then another one on the left. Ideally, I love 2 kicks, but I'm never playing that whole setup if I have to carry my shit around.
Oh yeah.
I'm just lazy.
Unless I got a drum tack, I'm gonna keep this as minimal as shit.
And I'm getting like, dude, I'm 34. Like my fucking back hurts. I don't know. Weird shit is happening. I don't know, but like that. So it's variations of that. The biggest differential on those is kind of where my ride is going, depending on what's happening. Because I kind of have that ride in the kind of Portnoy reference. I kind of have the ride in that Portnoy over the third rack tom type of deal.
Yeah.
So. Yep. But if I drop that tom, which is usually a 12, I've been kind of putting a stack there instead. so I don't change the ride location. But
Morgan, how about you, man?
Morgan's had the same.
You're the master of
for 80
consistency
years.
with your kids.
It's been pretty much the same for a long time. I mean, when Pooch was there, he would kind of build it and he would add things. And the whole idea with him was, I'm going to put a ton of shit up there, and the minute that you don't hit something, it's coming down. So it's like, it's not going to be this, you know. And then there were moments where I'd go through a whole show and there'd be like a 14-inch china or something way off to the right, like you'd have to be a fucking octopus to get to it. And it's like, in my ears, he goes, man, you hadn't hit that china on the right all night. It's about to come down. And I look at him, I just swing over and whack it one time just to keep it up there. But
I remember when you had that giant china behind you.
It's been the same setup pretty much for a long time. I mean,
oh shit!
I remember
that was there
when
for
I
one story. He put it up there. That was a little weird.
When I saw Sevendust, when I saw Sevendust on the Kill the Flaw tour, and Morgan came out and he had the 2 bass drums, I geeked out more than anyone else in the fucking building. Like the black fucking blanket came off and there was 2 bass drums. It was like,
I hadn't done that in fucking
bass drum.
20 years.
And, like, people around me are like, "What's your deal?" I'm like, he has 2 bass drums. That's metal as fuck. And people looked at me like I was an idiot. I'm like, no, that's cool. And no one around me cared.
Morgan, how long was I on your case to add a second bass drum?
That's the first time I've done that in like 20-something years.
It's sick. It's super dope. I want you to do it again.
And then Johnny called.
I was like, man, ain't no way I'm doing it, no way. And then
Go ahead. What happened?
yeah, we would get 2 kicks from him just in case, and I'd be like, oh no, I don't want to do all that. I mean, that's a totally different feel.
I do remember the first time I saw the 2 bass drum kit. I was like, hold on a second. This is. I mean, I always said that Kill the Flaw was like the Sevendust progressive metal album. So when I saw the kit you had, I was like, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
2 bass drums is like the old school. That's like old school drummer badassery. Like,
yup.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I could never do it.
But you could do a Ray Luzier thing to where he has a double bass setup, or Glenn Sobel thing even, where it's double bass setup, but still it has a double pedal on the one.
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
It's just a visual thing, which when you think about it in the long run, yeah, the double bass looks cool for everybody out there, but for everybody who's like working the show, even you as a drummer, the sound dude, the drum tech, everybody, you have to tune 1 kick. You only have to mic 1 kick. You only have to worry about 1 kick. So it's the same thing. You just kind of shift it from here to like here, and that's really it.
Yeah.
Like some people do it, but I saw Morgan. He actually had 2 single pedals on each bass drum, and that made me happy as fuck. It was a Dave Lombardo thing. You actually had 2 kicks. You don't give a shit.
I think there's something that's interesting
totally
about the double bass sound of that. Like when you have 2 kicks, even if they're just a little bit off, there's something wider about it. It's literally. I mean, it is kind of a pain in the ass to play unless your legs are really long like mine. But like, there is a width that sound creates that's different from the 1 kick. The head has more time to breathe. I mean, there's certainly a physics component to it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you want to bring math into it, don't make us do math, dude.
Dude, we're drummers. We can
But
only
he's
count
making
to 4.
he's speaking facts.
Yeah, we already have that constant clicking in our hair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But you want to
It's
talk
like,
about?
fuck.
You ever seen those old fucking Dave McClain from Machine Head bass drums, who were like his kicks were like out?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I never understood that.
I don't know how I met him. I'm like, you're like 2 inches taller than me. How did you reach that? How's that a thing without hurting yourself?
I never understood why he had his kicks that far apart. I always wondered why.
Well, hey,
I
maybe
never
we should
understood
get him
it.
on the show and we can ask him ourselves.
Yeah, bring him on, man. That's your boy.
All right, I'll ask him.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Is there any other good questions to bring up, or should we go ahead and?
Zev, brother, what are you listening to right now? What's getting you hype as fuck right now?
Oh, that's a hard question.
That's why I asked it.
You know, I've been really into I forget what the record's called, but it's by this dude. Ventura by Anderson .Paak. I've been really digging Anderson .Paak lately.
I need you to DM me that because I'm not gonna remember that. DM me that.
Yeah.
So I remember so I can listen to it.
Dude, it's crazy. The dude, like, he's a rapper, but like he is one of the most underrated drummers ever. Like the dude plays drums and raps at the same time and plays like R&B shit. And it's insane. He has one of
Is this the dude that has the keyboard to his right side? Is that
it's not that guy. No, this dude, no, he's mainly like an R&B rapper guy, but like his groove is not like he plays like a Motown drummer.
Okay.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
super
maybe just
sick.
DM me that, so I'm not gonna remember that. But
Yeah.
send me that shit. No.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Morgan, what are you listening to recently?
Man, I'm listening to Spiritbox a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the ultimate compliment.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you, dude.
Compliment from the ultimate
Thank you,
Buccaneers
man.
right there.
Hell
Yeah, hopefully
man.
the new
A
you'll
lot.
like the new stuff.
I
Hey,
can't
that's
wait
like
to
the
hear it,
thing.
dude. I can't
That's
wait.
me.
I've been sitting on those songs for too
I
long.
can't wait.
For new shit, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Can you give us any type of timeline of when that's
I
dropping?
cannot. That's
Well, of
super,
course, I don't know.
super
No
classified. I'm sorry.
No drummer exclusive. That's fine.
I'm
I know how
sorry,
it goes.
man.
We all know how it goes. You can never, whenever you get asked when is something dropping, all you gotta say is soon.
Yeah,
Sooner or later.
Soon.
yeah.
Nah, I mean, hell yeah, that's good though. When I told Morgan last night you were coming on, he was like, "Yeah, I'll come on." Sure.
Kurt,
Yeah.
when are we getting some new 100,000, dude?
2 months.
2 months?
2 months. We got the highly disputed 13th sign in the Zodiac calendar. We're releasing as a B-side, and then fall should be all new stuff.
Dope.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Fall should be all
Oh,
new.
yeah. Dude, I love how like Morgan's just driving.
I
I fucking love it.
Morgan don't give a shit.
I love it.
We've
I
asked
love it.
Zev earlier. He's not a huge football fan. He's a baseball guy.
Dude,
Basketball.
I'm a fucking
Dude,
idiot.
set. That's what I said. He started with.
No, dude, Morgan, we're doing a drummers only fantasy football league. So just letting you know, you'll get the link when
You know damn well he's gonna be in it, taunting your ass.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I'm gonna draft Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette and Antonio Brown and
Be in
Mike
there.
Evans.
I'll be in there.
That's the thing, man. Is fucking this man.
I was like, we get Morgan in this bitch. There's gonna be a lot of shit talking between you two.
Yo, I know, man. He already knows the damn game's rigged for his boy Brady. He already knows the shit's rigged. You know, he can't deny it.
Oh yeah.
On 328, you can't ask you that question, Mike.
What?
You can't ask Mike that question on 328. You just
We're gonna run that shit back again.
Man, you think that you got, man, listen, man, like, there's no way you guys didn't just sign everybody back again. Like, there's no, that's not how it works, man. Like, it's never that easy. Oh, shit, my dog.
Yeah,
I was there.
another losing season, Chris.
No, Vikes are coming back this year. We're coming back.
Now they keep Cousins.
Fuck, no, it's not oh, God, don't. This is not a conversation for this podcast. Don't.
Chris, that might be a bad time to let you know that I'm a Packers shareholder.
Wait, okay, cool, Kurt, you're never coming on this show again. Where do I cancel him out? Where do I close him?
I'm a half-ass fan these days. I got too much shit to pay attention to football, unfortunately.
Oh, I get it. Packers were 0-16 last year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know that's wrong.
Yeah, no, it's 100% correct. Don't worry about it. Rodgers is shit. It's fine.
Yeah.
You said you're a shareholder? Like you own part of the fucking team?
Yeah, they're like a publicly held. It's like, I mean, we get to vote on stuff. It's kind of cool. Like you get to vote for like.
Man, the Falcons need to do something for that for me, man. Let me own part of the team.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I was like really into football for most of my life, but I'm just not. I'm all Formula One now. That's all I'm paying attention to.
I'm just that Vikings fan that thinks we're gonna win our first Super Bowl this year in the first 62 seasons of our existence.
Well, Chris, I mean, you're kind of in the same boat that I am. I mean, I'm a Chargers fan and shit, and it's just funny that Phillip Rivers leaves. He gets the Indianapolis Colts into the fucking playoffs, but he can't do a goddamn thing for fucking the Chargers. Come on.
But rumor has it now the NFL is doing a Week 17 this year. And
they just announced
17 games. Apparently, Week 17 is Vikings versus Chargers. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying. I just saw that.
Also,
Vikings Chargers Week 17.
We might have to get that wager going. We might have to get the wager going.
Fucking snare drum. That's the way it's gonna be. I don't care.
I was gonna say, here's the wager: Chargers win. You have to play your show any show after the game in your underwear only.
We've already talked about the COVID thing, about how my body's a fucking machine, so I don't care, dude.
I was saying, I already play half naked anyway, so it's like the only thing that needs to come off is my pants.
The last time I lost one of these bets was to my bass player, who's a Bears fan. The last time I played a hometown show, I had to wear a Khalil Mack jersey. And I was like, you know what? I'm man enough. I admit it. I'll wear it. So I wore a Khalil Mack jersey, and I forgot we were filming a music video that night. So there's the Cold Cannon music video called Desire. And there are slips of me playing drums in a fucking Bears jersey. So I'm a man of my word, but shit, that kid back and butt me in the fucking.
Let me say something. Let me say something really quick here.
That I wore this shit for a whole show. Oh, I wore a Vikings hat, but I had a Khalil Mack jersey on the whole show. That was the
You got a similar story to Morgan over here. Morgan claims he's a Bucks fan, but Morgan did a video in a Roddy White jersey. And
but
I know you can hear me.
Sevendust is from Atlanta, so I didn't think anything of it.
True story. Yeah, true story.
He doesn't know what to say. He's like, yeah, I am a closet Falcons fan.
They did the song for the Falcons.
I'm a Bucks fan, and I'll root for the Falcons as long as the Bucks aren't, and as long as they're not in my Bucks way.
There you go.
So it's
there
Bucks
you go.
1, Falcons 2, and then everyone else.
I remember LJ came on to someone's podcast. LJ was saying, "Yeah, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I was supposed to be a Falcons fan, but they wouldn't give me tickets to no games, wouldn't give me no box seats." And I was just like, I'm assuming that's what Morgan's story is too. Then
Ain't giving him no tickets to them Chiefs games either.
Poor guy. Should have won a Super Bowl. They should have won a Super Bowl, man.
I'll say, yeah. We got a few more questions back out here. We got about 20 minutes of showtime left. Go ahead, Morgan.
You were gonna say something.
What's everyone's favorite venue to play at?
What's that?
Zev.
Oh.
What's everyone's favorite venue to play at?
It closed down, but one of my favorite venues to play was the Trocadero in Philly. That was probably one of my favorite venues to play.
Oh, Troc was great.
Yeah, I'm really sad that it shut down.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I always liked. I played at Club LA, Destin, Florida. That's a nice venue, man.
Dope ass venue.
Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey for me.
Starland's good.
Starland's nice. I've been
Chris?
nice.
Being a Minnesota boy, I am very happy to say that I played First Ave a couple times just to be on the stage. The one that you saw Prince play in Purple Rain and all that sort of stuff, where you see the stars on the building and the set lists on the side, and like there's was something special about it. Like I gotta say First Ave. Like there's something special about that stage, man.
Morgan, what's your favorite venue to play? Gotta get that life water.
Oh God, I haven't played there in a little while, but Hammerstein Ballroom in New York.
So good.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Very cool. Very cool.
Hammerstein Ballroom in New York is probably my. It's been a little while since we played there.
Doesn't matter how long it's been, man. The point is, it was a great show when you were there, and it means something. That's all that matters.
If you could tour with any one band, who would it be and why?
Oh, yeah.
Sevendust.
Amazing.
I'm saying it first. Sevendust. If I could tour Sevendust, it would make my life, and I would just quit, and then everything would be fine. Sevendust, call it. Sevendust.
Right now, Alpha Wolf.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I just discovered them, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it was mainly because of Mike. Mike was like, he sent me that new Black Mamba song, and I'm like, dude, these guys, I've never heard them before. But the way that he worded it, I thought he was like, yeah, you need to check this out. I'm like, oh, are you drumming for him? He was like, I fucking wish. I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah, dude.
No, dude, Zev did a cover of that song. That's how I discovered it.
Yeah, no, I did a song with some homies of mine, and yeah, they are insane.
Stupid heavy, dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's nonsense.
I'm a guy and admit I don't know, so I'll gladly check it out on YouTube the second we hang up this call.
Yeah, man.
Really,
Kurt, what band and why?
I would, if I was adding my be in the band or put your band on that tour.
put your band on tour.
Be on the tour with that band.
Be on the tour. Like kind of up and coming bands. I would, no joke, I would do Spiritbox and Sleep Token with my band. I think that'd be a
Sleep
sick.
Token too, yeah.
Outside of that,
Sleep
probably
Token.
Tesseract.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
That's
like,
Tesseract is the band we're probably closest to. Like we're not a copy of them by any stretch, but like in terms of range of dynamic range, which is why I think I'm really enjoying the Spiritbox stuff, and I've really dug the Sleep Token thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morgan, we already know that you've toured with so many, but if there's a band that you have not toured with right now, who would it be?
Cold Kingdom.
Oh man. I like. I love Spiritbox. I love Sleep Token. I'd want to tour with. Also, my dream tour would be to go out with 9 Inch Nails. Really, at kind of almost any era of any drummer that they've ever had would be cool just to see that every night, because he's just had monsters one after another, and Ilan is fucking
Lon Rubin's the man.
unreal.
Who's your favorite 9 Inch Nails drummer?
So man. It probably is Ilan, but it might be old boy that was only there for a fucking second. I can't fucking remember his name right now. Literally, I just went brain dead. Who was before Freeze?
Oh,
Jerome Dillon. Yeah.
Before Freeze. Jerome.
Yeah, he was the fucking best.
Jerome was probably the best.
I agree with that.
Jerome was probably the best 9 Inch Nails drummer to me. But
Jerome Dillon.
Ilan's a bad fucking dude, man.
Jerome Dillon.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Bad dude. Yep. He was only there for a little while. I think he had an injury or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I was really bummed. On the Fragile tour, he was just unfucking believable.
I never got to see that, man.
Unreal.
It's one of the bands I wish I would have gotten to see.
One of my buddies described.
You've never seen Nine Inch Nails?
Like,
No.
if you like using your eyes for anything at all, Nine Inch Nails is the best band you'll ever see.
Well, weren't they supposed to do the fuck? They were supposed to tour last year, the summer, right? I think.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, they were.
There was supposed to be a lot of reunions last year. Like Stain was supposed to do a reunion last year.
Stain did like 2 shows or something like that.
Well, no, they were supposed to start at Louder Than Life. Was their first comeback show.
Yep.
And then supposedly Nine Inch Nails was supposed to reunion last year.
Obviously,
Mike Kim was supposed to come back. Saliva was supposed to come back with Josie.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a lot that was supposed to happen last year, and obviously, you know, we're not gonna end the rest of this show talking about COVID and shit. I was like, actually, I want to end the rest of this show. Actually, Zev, we're gonna start with you. You know, venues, states are starting to open back up and everything. What, as far as your knowledge and what you can tell us and the public, what do you guys in Spiritbox have coming up that we can look forward to? Besides the music video, of course.
Yeah. So far, the only thing that's been announced that I can talk about is we're doing this cruise ship tour thing.
Is that the DWP cruise or
yeah,
what's the cruise?
It's the one with why can't I think of the band name? I forget who's headlining.
But that new DWP cruise?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's the first thing we have announced post COVID, I guess.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, it's like Spiritbox is actually in the middle of doing a video right now. Zev is done with his part. That's why he was able to join us tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Chris, anything from Cold Kingdom?
We are currently in the middle of pre-pro for our next album / single releases / EPs. We're not 100% sure how we're going to release it or how it's going to come out or anything yet. But there will be new music in the next few months, and we're really excited. There's a guest vocal performance on one of the songs that I can't quite say yet, which is really cool. There might be a cover.
Awesome.
There might be a whole album. There might be an EP. We're not quite sure. So we're just kind of like recording and just kind of see how everything lands.
Awesome. Kurt, what does you and 100,000 got coming up?
We got we're packaging the Zodiac album as a full-length, releasing vinyl. We got a new music video for Aries coming out when that releases, and then a B-side, basically B-side 13th song from the record. And then we're just writing like crazy. We'll have new stuff out in the fall. We're just going to release singles forever and ever and ever, amen, until something changes. I don't, you know, we've got a few things in the works beyond that, but no touring. I mean, until it really becomes feasible for us, we're just going to release like crazy.
You get it.
So Morgan, what can you tell us, man?
I was saying, yeah. I was like, besides his knowledge of not knowing that he's on Blue Ridge Rock Fest, you got anything coming else up for the rest of the year? Go ahead, Morgan.
April 10th and 11th, we have some live streams doing Seasons and Home, and then I think that I saw that there was some confirmed dates for the end of June, so I know that's when we're supposed to go out there. I don't know, you know,
Aren't you guys
everything is subject to. There's all kinds of weird shit, you know, that we were offered to go out and do something where they were going to put us in stadiums and only put 2,000 people in every stadium. and they'd be spread out like crazy. And I was like, this is so fucking dumb. So
Right.
we canceled that idea, and then they came up with this idea, and so I guess we're gone. I mean, once we saw that Corey Taylor was gonna go, it's like somebody has to start it, because nobody really wants to be the band that goes out there. I mean, there's COVID protocol and all that stuff, so obviously they're putting all kinds of rules in place, which is great, but as far as us getting back to like a normal concert where people can beat the shit out of each other and have fun, I don't see that happening for a while.
Right.
Well, Morgan, I just want to say I cannot wait to see Sevendust live again. And now that you've been on our podcast, that I can get a free ticket for it, it'll be great. Wherever you play, brother, I cannot wait. Like I said, I haven't missed Sevendust in Minnesota since like 2004. So I can't wait. Whenever you will be in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area, I will gladly be there, brother. Whenever you are here, I just need live music back in my heart, brother. Thank you so much for being a part of our show tonight.
I look forward to it, bud.
Thank you.
As well, you, Kurt. Thank you for coming on and spending your evening with us.
I think it's really cool that
Morgan.
it's funny because like I met Kurt and Morgan at the same. Well, no, I met Kurt recently. I met Kurt, but like I saw Kurt and Morgan on that Sevendust acoustic tour, and the Sevendust acoustic tour that I went to, that show was the first show that I met Morgan in person. Because previous times I was talking to him on the phone because my dad would go see Sevendust in Florida, and he was talking to my dad. My dad would put him on the phone, so it's pretty cool that the two of you guys I saw at that acoustic show, I'm sitting in front of you guys as friends, talking, just talking shit. So I'm pretty happy about tonight's episode, and it's cool. Real cool to do this, man. And Morgan, I appreciate you hopping on. Kurt, Zev, appreciate you guys hopping on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Zev, nice to meet you, bud.
Nice to meet you, man.
It was
Yeah,
good to
good
meet
talking
everybody
with you,
tonight, man. This is fucking great. I really hope maybe if we can all meet together at the NAMM show in Anaheim in January, it'd be really
man,
dope to get a fucking Who Gave the Drummer Mike meetup at some point. It'd be fucking rad, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be dope. But yeah, go ahead and real quick, just Zev, tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and all that stuff, and we'll go down the line. Just tell everybody.
For sure. Yeah. Basically everything is Zev vs. Drums. You can find, if you just search that, I should pop up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously follow Spiritbox and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, and Spiritbox or 7. Yeah, that's it.
Kurt.
Cool. At Kurt Wibbenhorst on everything. At OHT Band on everything.
And if you're trying to buy a house, definitely hit Kurt up because he's fucking
Already bought a house. God damn it, Kurt.
It's all good. But I'll go next time.
Next time. When I sell this shit, we'll buy another one.
We'll go ahead and
Then obviously all you guys. Yeah, I was gonna say everybody knows where they can find Morgan. Sevendust.
What's that?
I was gonna say plug all your Instamix stuff that you got going on, and definitely plug album.
Yeah,
too,
everything is
about
Morgan 7D.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite follows on
Yep.
Instagram, Morgan. One of my
Allborn, I think we're going to try to yank them out there with us. And thank you. Yeah, Allborn we're going to bring out, I think, hopefully. And I do this Instamix thing, and I got Headbangers on that I do, and, production. That I'm doing up in Illinois and co-writing and trying to stay busy with all that shit. It's everything is Morgan 7D.
And of course,
Gotta
Alien
figure out
Freakware,
where
buy
I'm
a
at
hoodie,
on most
buy a
of that.
shirt,
Alien Freak for sure. All the
Alien
Instamix
Freakware,
stuff,
buy
my
the
dudes
t-shirt,
all.
buy the hoodie, all that good stuff,
Yep,
man.
forgot about that. Got that stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that stuff.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate
all that
it.
exploitation.
I really hope we have you guys on the show at some other time, man. We appreciate it. You guys have a good night wherever you're located.
You guys are welcome back anytime, obviously, and we'll definitely all keep in touch.
Come Kurt, I'll hit you up soon. I miss you, buddy.
Sounds good, Mo. I'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
soon.
a great week too, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
Yeah, we have a few minutes.
For sure,
Just
man.
let's all,
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
going to end on this note. Make sure you
Love
support
you.
these guys. The music is coming back out. The venues are starting to reopen up. And just make sure that, you see, obviously our site, Who Gave the Drummer a Mic. If you see Spiritbox coming to a city near you, go hop over, see Zev, the rest of the crew, get some merch. It's like the venues are starting to open back up, so we need to get, these guys back the ball rolling. We know those merch sales help out a lot. The tip jars, just going and supporting the shows. We got 100,000. First time ever hearing about them. So trust me, if they ever come to this Virginia area or relatively within, 50, 100-mile radius class, who knows? Maybe I'll get my band to hop on a show with you, or even book a show in Virginia Beach. I got a specific venue. You guys need actually a venue in Virginia Beach to come hang out at. Trust me, I got you. Just let me know. Hit me up. But please go support all your artists, all your bands. Go give them a like, subscribe. Thank you for joining us this evening. For myself, Adam, we got Mike, Chris, Kurt, and Zev from Spiritbox.
Yeah.
Peace. Thank you guys. See you next week.
Yeah.